Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Humble Seer. So, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about Keanu Reeves in his upcoming year of 2026. We're going to do a reading on him. I don't know how it's going to go in terms of what cards and what order I'm going to pull, but I do know the first card I'm going to pull is a runes because I did this for all of the zodiac signs of 2026. And if you haven't watched your annual, please do. Okay, there's a lot of really good information in there. All right, so what we're going to do is start off the year of 2026 for Keanu Reeves, and we're going to pull a runes card for him and see what the foundation of his year is going to be. Okay. All right, there's the card. And bear with me one moment. Okay. All right, let's see what we have. Oh, we have two people hand in hand. It's already interesting, right? All right, this is Kanaz. So let's open up the book and let's see what this card represents. Might take a moment to find it because these aren't alphabetized, but they're fantastic cards. So let's see what Kanaz wants to tell us and what Kiana's going to be doing. Okay, here we are. So the pronunciation is Kane Awaz. Okay, the meaning is torch, beacon, fire. All right, so it says this card is most strongly associated with fire. Fire brings warmth and light in a literal sense, but it can also represent intellectual and spiritual illumination. This card indicates sudden insight, an outpouring of creativity in those aha moments of awareness and clarity. Okay. This card contains a warning, however. Fire is life and brings light into our lives, but it can also burn and destroy. Drawing this card could indicate that something needs definitively to end or be destroyed before there could be a new beginning or a period of growth. Okay, now as I was reading that, and we heard it's about fire, fire destroys, it just burns things to the ground, it's dust, and it's no longer. What do? You just sweep up all of those ashes into the dustpan of history. That's your history. History, that was your past. And I get that with this person. I get that with this woman. Now, I talk quite a bit about his relationship with the woman that he's with, but I get an ending. And I believe I talked about endings throughout the year. So I don't know if it's, because that could be endings with different people. It's not, just the, the person that he's supposedly intimate with. Okay. Although I don't see that with this woman. This Grant woman. All right, let's pull a card, tarot card to clarify. And this is my very first deck that I ever used. And I used only this deck for quite some time. So it's my first deck. And we're going to clarify that runes card for Keanu with one up that wanted to come out. Okay, we'll grab those since they flew out. Sometimes I do take those, sometimes I don't. Okay, and together we have the Chariot, which is more about moving on. That's what I pick up. Getting in your chariot and moving on, moving away from somebody that was in that castle with you. And you're just like, I'm out of here. Judgment is calling. The trumpets are blowing, is what I'm getting. Do, do, do. And now, and I get that. We'll get in. Let's pull love cards since this is a lot about love. It's not going to just be about love, but we're gonna pull an oracle card since what I pick up very strongly is a relationship. This is about a relationship. So let's pull some of these love oracle cards, these romantic true love tarot cards. Well, they're really oracle cards, not tarot. Let's pull 4 of these to see what else we can hear or see into about this love relationship with this woman. But I don't see it as actual, I don't get physical intimacy or anything with this person. Okay, so what's the first card? I wish things were different. I mean, that's not encouraging, right? Have I lost you? Well, she's probably asking that. Have I lost you? Well, you lost him quite a while ago. I want more, but I am scared. I'm going to talk to these as well, especially that one. I want to make it right. Okay, so what I get for at least the last two, I want more, but I am scared. And I have spoken about Keanu and his preferences in love and his unwillingness to come out with who he truly loves or who he wants. I don't get him loving anyone, at least how we would define love. But then again, everybody defines love differently, right? But I don't get that. Well, I don't get that he will ever come out to the public about who he truly is. I don't see that happening. But I do know that he he doesn't have a love for this woman. I get this woman is just, a dear friend, maybe you could say, but one that is volatile, and I just get fighting and arguing a lot with this person. So it's entirely possible that what we'll see is an ending because the chariot is there. And that's somebody that's, packing up and they're on their way. They're getting in their chariot and they're taking off. They're like, "See you later. I'm done with this. I don't want this anymore." The public has seen enough of it. The public doesn't even like it. And I get that. I get the public has never liked the person that he has found himself with. Let's get you know what? We'll leave that there. So, what I pick up for the year, it's going to be a lot of volatility. Some you will see, some of it you will not see in relationships. Let's get him a Lenormand card for the year and see what Lenormand, because, I get different projects and creativity for him. Okay, that one wanted to come out, so I'm going to take it. All right, and we have Anchor for his Lenormand. Anchor. Let's see what Anchor is all about. Let's read that from our book to see what that wants to tell us. Okay. Okay. So Anchor. Let's read the quote by Andre Guide. "You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore." Oh, that's beautiful. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. One more time. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. So you can never leave someone until you're comfortable looking back and saying, "Okay, this is truly over. Now I can go on my journey." So he has to lose sight of the shore. He has to be confident in letting go. He has to be confident in releasing. Let's get some of these love. These are kind of like, they're called Hell No Oracle cards, and they're love. So let's get some of these, because for some reason when I was curating this collection of cards for him, I pulled these like love and love oracle because I don't know, I guess I felt that this would be a year about that. All right, let's get four of these love edition cards. I get his secret love life is juicy. Okay. Let's see what these cards want to say. Let's pick this one first. He calls you crazy because you noticed. You weren't overreacting, you were observing. He's not scared of your intensity. He's terrified of accountability. Don't dull your light to fit into his shadow. Now, I reverse these, and I would say that Keanu would say, she calls you crazy because you noticed. Because this person just has unnecessary, unusual hold on him. Okay, stop romanticizing a red flag. This isn't mystery. It's emotional unavailability in a leather jacket. She's not deep. She's just bad at texting back. Run. Basically, this just says red flag. But I think a lot of people know that the relationship that he's in is a red flag. You deserve flowers, not confusion. Okay. If you feel If love feels like a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in an anxiety attack, it ain't love. You deserve clarity, not chaos. Get you someone who buys bouquets, not excuses. And I get that for both of them. It's like, why are you wasting your time? You're older people. Why are you lingering in something that is just zapping your energy? You don't need closure. You need a nap, a snack, and someone hotter. Stop rereading the text and fantasizing a reunion. Closure is overrated. Let karma handle it. You've got better things to do, like thrive. All of these cards just tell me it's time to move on. A lot of people think that Keanu is dating somebody that's, like out of from a 1 to 10, they're looking at her at like a 2 or a 3, some even a 1. They're just not looking at her as him being compatible with her. And people in this year of 2026 are really going to be like, they're just going to be on his Instagram or wherever he's at, I don't know, just even if he's in a restaurant, people are just going to be like, it's time to move on. People don't like this person that he's with. Okay, let's get some gossip cards and see. Could be about the relationship because it seems like everything else is, right? Everything else in this reading thus far is about relationship. But I see that he is not in what people think is a relationship, like the traditional. Okay, let's get some of these and read them. Let's take this one. Status upgrade. Okay, so now we're moving on, but we're also talking about her. Okay, status upgrade, new achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle elevation, and next level. And he's going to be leveling up in some kind of way. See this person, they're getting out and it's like, wow, ooh, ah. It's like he'll be attending things and more than usual, and people will be around, fans, even fans that know him, people that love him, that are consider him fans, like friend fans, people that he interacts with. Okay. Gaslighted. Reality distortion, emotional manipulation, questioning sanity, you're imagining things. All right, now, throughout the year of 2026, I'm getting that, he's going to be doing some gaslighting on the people, on his fans. He's going to gaslight something. It's kind of huge is what I'm getting. And it's going to just not be based in reality. I don't know any more than that. Ascension, spiritual growth, higher awareness, next level consciousness, elevating myself. And I get that he will be working on himself for the public. But at the same time, he's going to be gaslighting people that care for him. Like super fans is what I get. They'll be the most gaslit. Breadcrumbing. Giving minimal attention, keeping options open, vague promises, never committing fully. Now, I get this is him in general because I go back to this woman that he's in the public eye with, this Grant person, that you don't really see them together. You see pictures, but are they old pictures? When are you really, these people are not together in the real world. Not that much. But he breadcrumbs people. It's like gaslighting and breadcrumbing are one and the same to me. It's like, I'm just going to breadcrumb you, which is a form of gaslighting. I'm just going to lead you on. And that's what I keep getting. Leading people on. Okay, let's get a career and money and success card for him. I don't get anything wrong with his money. We're going to pull a tarot card for each month as well. and clarify. So let's, we'll get into that after this. All right, let's see. Career is fantastic. I'm getting new projects. He's not done. Mask. Secret stash, save pennies, finding money, theft, career, acting, assistant, hidden potential, unknown. Okay, now this is interesting that we would even pull this card, the mask. And then the career is acting. Because he wears a mask, and he wears a mask in terms of relationships, in terms of the outer world. But one would say, well, I would wear a mask as well if I were, in the limelight and everybody wanted to know my business. I would be wearing a mask. Okay, but some people don't. Some celebrities don't wear masks, but they just don't tell you everything. But they do tell you about their lives. Demi Lovato seems like one of those people. For some reason, that name came to mind. But yeah, it's I'm a mask wearer. Yeah, I wear a mask. I act in real life, but I also act in my personal life, at least as it relates to my fans and people that love and know me. I'm wearing a humongous mask. That's interesting. All right, let's get into his monthly and see. We'll clarify. We'll pull one card for each month, starting, of course, in January, and then we'll go from there, and I'll expand and just talk about what's going on in his world. I get just a big shakeup in love, though. Okay, let's pull January. 5 of Cups. January is 5 of Cups. Now, we all know what 5 of Cups is. It's feeling like let's clarify it. When the year begins, he's going to be feeling kind of down. He's going to be feeling like, I really can't love who I want to love, is what I'm getting. Let's clarify it for January. 8 of Pentacles. So since I cannot really get love, I'll just bury myself in work. Okay, let's get February. I'm going to bury myself in work like I always do and perfect what my craft is, which is acting, because I'm not feeling anything else. Okay, now we have 3 of Pentacles. And we'll clarify that. Let's see what this deck wants to say as it relates to Pentacles. Let's just pull that up real quick. Okay, so that's skill, it's talent. So in his February, I see a new project, something that's come in for him in February that's different than anything that he's done. It's not like John Wick or anything like that, or Ballerina, because he was in that. But John Wick is done. Yeah, I see this Ace of Wands and the Star. I'm going to take those 2. And the 2 of Cups. Okay. So his 3 of Cups is skill, it's work, it's Ace of Wands. That's like something new that's going to come in. Something, it's a project. I just get a new project coming in for him. And it's not like anything he's ever done. And it's going to inspire him because, that's Ace of Wands. And he's going to fall in love with it. 2 of Cups. And it's like he's saying, I'm going to be the star of whatever this new project is. And we'll likely hear about this in February, a new project for him. All right, let's move on to March. What else do we have here? Let's go on to March. Oh, Ace of Wands. It just continues. I'm just getting that project. Let's clarify for March. Okay, so yeah, he's March, he's taking off, he's getting in his chariot, and he's taking on that new role. All right, let's see what April is. I see that as predominant in his world in 2026. Okay, this is April, right? That was March, April. 10 of Wands. Okay, now he is like 10 of Wands is, I see 10 of Wands as I've got this burden on my back. I've got this thing on my back. And I get that it's that person. And they're just, but the 10 is like the end. And then it starts the 1, which is the project. The 1, right? That Wands. All right, let's clarify it. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to pull one also. Oh, yeah. I take that one and then okay. This is April, I do believe. All right, so I pulled, okay, he will have the 9 of Cups. He will have his wish fulfillment once he removes himself. But for as it relates to April and what he is experiencing, well, it's, fighting and arguing and, disillusioned. But it's the 10 of Swords. It's that ending. Okay, let's get into May. Hopefully I can keep track of the months. All right, this is May. Okay, May is 4 of Swords, resting, needing time out. Like we won't see much of him in the month of May. He's going to be resting from projects and things because this is a busy person. Let's get clarity on that because I just get resting. The Hanged Man. Yeah, it's more resting. The Hanged Man isn't out and about doing things. They're reflecting. They're going within introspection. It's not the Hermit, but they're just upside down. They're like in their Zen. They're resting. That's what I pick up for this, okay? Let's get June. Let's get June and see what's going on. Oh, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Is that not beautiful? All right, so June is 10 of Cups. And let's clarify for June. 10 of Cups for June. And let's see what that clarity is. I saw the 4 of Wands. I get him moving into a new home. Okay, June, and he's feeling generous. He's feeling good in June. All right, let's get to July. He's going to be very generous because, he's got that 10 of Cups in June. He's going to be happy. And if people that follow him closely, they're going to see that in his demeanor. Okay, so July. What is July looking like for Keanu? What is his July looking like? 2 of Pentacles. Okay. He's going to have a good year. And July, it's like things kick up a notch is what I get. Things kick up a notch. But 2 of Pentacles is juggling, demands, resources, tough times. So July is, he's juggling a lot in the month of July. It's just no getting around that. He cannot get around that. But he did come out of rest. But he's like, okay, I'm back into it in July. So let's get a card to clarify that. July. So July, okay. I'm going to take both of them. He has the 6 of Wands and he has the Hierophant. I was just talking about, going within and, but this is about knowledge and he's seeking some knowledge but he's got victory in that month of July. So he's trying to get information is what I'm picking up. All right, let's move on to August. But he'll have a victory in July, some kind of victory, and it will be public. So just mark your calendar for that. Something in July will be public. I'm not going to take that. Okay, that's a good depiction. I am going to take that. So August. All right, so August we have the 7 of Swords. And I get something car related. That's why I took this because, sometimes it's about the depiction. I was explaining that to somebody not too long ago about sometimes cards for me aren't about what they're meaning, but, the meaning of it, but it's about the depiction. So in August, we have the Seven of Swords. And that's escape, guilt, moving on, betrayal. But I see something about a car in August. It's that picture. And I get speeding. Could be a motorcycle too. I get be weary in August. Let's clarify. You know, be careful. I get fragile. He'll be very fragile. Something will be fragile in August. Oh, 10 of Wands. That's a heavy load. August is a serious month. I'm going to leave it there with all of that car business, okay? August is serious. Let's move on to September. Okay, I'm going to take that bottom card. You'll see it in a moment because it's staring at me. And I feel the need to take it. And then we'll pull this one. Okay, so September, I believe we're into September. That was August. September, we have the Lovers. That's what I pulled, and I said, okay, we're going to... So there are... Now, the Lovers traditionally is different than what I'm going to say, but the Lovers I'm picking up is about a relationship. And we have the King of Swords. So there is a new relationship in September for him, and it's a King of Swords. I'm going to leave it there. Let's move on to October. Let's see what October's going to bring. Now, in September, let's just go back to this. Let's clarify that, as a matter of fact. Let's clarify that. I'm getting that something leaks in September. Something leaks. Something leaks out. And it's like, boom. Okay? In September. Let's clarify those two, King of Swords and the Lovers. Okay. Knight of Wands. This person that is going to be in his life, this lover, they're the King of Wands and they are the King of Swords. So this person is intellectually sound. They're very smart, but they also like to fly off the handle is what I'm getting. All right, let's get that October card. Let's get October. October. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. October is 7 of Pentacles. Let's see here. So the 7 of Pentacles is fertility. It's growth, rewards, manifestation. I'm getting in October that that project that it's coming to a close. I'm getting. It's ending, okay? That project that he started earlier in the year is finishing up. It's finalizing in October. Let's get a clarity card on that. 9 of Wands, because it was heavy. You know, it's like he's like, I'm getting older, and some of these things that I'm doing, even if it's just acting, I'm just getting tired of it. Not physically, I'm just getting older, and I don't know if I want to maybe take another path somewhere else. Like what was once exciting to me, like earlier in the year, this new project that he endeavored in, is no longer interesting, but it's over and it's done. And he put in his blood, sweat, and tears. It's a great performance is what I'm getting. Okay, that was October. Let's do November. Let's get November. Okay, we've got the 4 of Wands there. I see that. And then let's pull one. So November, it's like, I get he moves. He's moving into a new home and like he's in it now. And it's the 4 of Wands and it's, you know, everything that he wanted. And then we have the Page of Cups. I get for this Page of Cups, it's like, I know this sounds crazy, but a neighbor, a young neighbor is somebody that comes around him. That would just be for him, though, unless you're his neighbor and you're watching this, you would know. But there's a younger young man around him. There's going to be a new friendship, relationship. All right, let's clarify the Four of Wands, because that Page of Cups isn't really the one I want to clarify. Okay, so the Four of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady. They bring in the results, slow and steady. And I get that this project that he has finished, it's like now it's time to put it out into the world, or not that it isn't out in the world, because I feel that it is. Even earlier in the year, it's out there. Okay, I'm going to be working this new project. But now we're just slowly waiting on the results. I'm at home. And as it relates to that, I'm just watching and waiting, because I don't even know when things are going to drop and they're going to say, okay, the new whatever project, new film is out. Or so that's what I'm picking up there. Okay, let's get that last month in 2026, which is December. And we'll close this reading out. It's gone long, right? Page of Wands, another young person. I'm getting that he'll be mentoring. Let's clarify that. He's going to mentor some young person. Could be more than one, but I'm definitely getting one. The World. It's opening up a whole new cycle for him. It's something brand new, something that he would have never considered doing in his younger years, but he's matured. I mean, he's got many years of life left, but, you know, he's older, and, you know, you go through your phases of life where things interest you and then they don't. And that's just moving on and phasing, going into another phase of life. So we have a very interesting year for Keanu. I'm not going to make this video any longer. Some of you, if you got to the end, you're smart, you got to see everything. And he has the world in his hands as well. This is just like another, what is his 2026? We pulled the Chariot card and the Runes card, right, for basically moving on. But the world is in his hands. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for stopping by The Humble Seer. As always, you take good care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.